Hello, hello. All right, so I was going to record this earlier today, but I got busy trying to get a couple of these deals done and or get them locked up and got tied up with that. So I'm going to shoot it real quick on the way to the house. Um, so how do you find deals? How are we sourcing deals? Prices are high right now. Seems like a lot of the broker or on market broker deals are pricing off of pro formas, which pro forma is the basically projections. They're more or less splitting the projections, the profit projections or value add projections. They're splitting those with you, which is kind of aggravating. I mean, I understand it's the market, but it makes it tough from a buyer standpoint, right? It's definitely a seller's market right now. And so I just wanted to share it's really down to three different strategies, I guess. The first one is going to be your wholesalers. We are leveraging wholesalers and letting them know. Well, I've come to find out that a lot of wholesalers don't take this wrong if you hear this, but I've come to find out that a lot of them don't know what to do with true commercial assets when they've got them. I'm talking about 50, 60, 80, 100 plus unit multifamily, 30, 40, 50 unit. Let's just say 25, 30 unit plus. They don't really know what to do with them. They don't have the connection of buyers. Anything 30, say 50 units. 50 units or less, they could probably source some buyers for that in their local market or from their buyers list. But anything above that 50 unit list or anything above 50 units, you really get into it's kind of that range that it's too small for the real large groups, but it's too big for your local groups to really come in and tie those up. And so they kind of get in a area where they're kind of, I don't know, they're just kind of in a stalemate. They've got it, they may have sourced a decent deal. They don't really have a buyer for it, or maybe they just don't have the time. They can make quicker money focusing on the residential. And so what we've done is we've been reaching out to wholesalers, and this is official reach out right now too, is that any wholesalers that are listening to this, if you find any multifamily or mobile home park, commercial assets, office space, anything really, really about the 30 plus unit, um, let me know. Even if we don't buy it, I know the people that are buying them. So, that's kind of my commitment to you. Like if you'll bring them to us and let us take a look at them, even if I don't buy them, then at least I know who to call. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be happy to make that introduction for you. So yeah, so that we're going the wholesaler route. Where we're talking to them, spending the time, educating on the questions to ask. That way they could do some of the preliminary. Getting rid of some of the not so good deals right off the bat. Very simple on that one would be say taking the over. You divide that by point zero or 10, 0.07 to 0.010, and that would equal the cap rate depending on the asset, the location. But just what those cancel out would be a simple little formula to say, hey, are we even in the ballpark, right? And so that's one strategy is we're working with wholesalers, educating them, showing them what to do, making them promise, just like I did, say, hey, look, even if we don't know even if we don't acquire it or pursue it, then at least we're going to help make the introduction to who may be interested in that asset. The second strategy would be broker dealers, but broker dealers that I'm talking about are not your Cushman Wakefield, your Walker Dunlap. They're not they're not your retail broker dealers. So the broker dealers that I'm talking about are relationship based. They're network. They're more broker dealer in the eyes of like securities, investment banking, stuff like that. Kind of the hardest nut to crack of all three of these because it's strictly relationship. It takes time. I've got 4 years so far in building these relationships. and moving them forward and building value. And unfortunately, that's the hardest one out of all three of these to probably mimic or to duplicate, just because it is so relationship based. But we have gotten to a point now where we've got some really good broker dealer relationships, and we're getting to see, we're getting first look at a lot of deals, and we're seeing these things, pre-market. These things, some of these deals are even pre. Hell, they're even pre. You know, the seller's not even 100% sure that they're even wanting to sell yet, and we're getting shots, getting a chance to take a look at it and speak with the sellers at that early in the process, which is amazing. So yeah, that's a good one. Ways to build that would be to just start reaching out. That's what I did. Reach out. Don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call them, email them. Don't give up on them if they don't get back with you right away. I mean, they're busy. They've got existing relationships. A lot of them are not really looking to build new relationships just because they don't have to. But at the same time, be persistent. Don't give up, and just keep pushing forward with them. Bring some value to them. If sort of some unexpected value is a good way to kind of work yourself in the room, in the door there. So the third one is some tactics that we actually build. The third one come around. So in 2019, I wrote a book called 6 Months, 655 Units. It was sort of my journey on entering the multifamily space. From more of an more of an investment syndicator type of level. I got into raising capital. I leveraged social media very heavily to do that. Well, that book landed me some little speaking engagement, I guess, speaking tour. Went around a little bit doing some speaking. Well, COVID hit, and that kind of canceled that. And I've done one in 2020, and so a lot of the audience on the speaking that I was doing, or I'd still speak if I had the shot right now, I guess. But a lot of the audience on those are wholesalers. And in October of last year, I spoke at a mastermind, and it was sort of an elite mastermind. There's about 32, 34 attendees, and each attendee was doing at least $100,000 a month or more in assignment fees. And I probably got more out of that speaking engagement. I was there talking about investment funds and how to raise capital, right? But I swear I got more out of that than probably anybody there, because I got to connect with these high-level wholesalers and became friends with a couple of them, helped them, and in return they're helping me, or they helped me on some systems, softwares, processes that they're doing to do 100,000 plus a month in assignment fees. Well, I took that with not with the respect of doing 100 grand in residential assignment fees, but my thing was, how can I leverage these systems and processes to implement them into the commercial space? Like, how can I do what they're doing, but in residential, but for commercial, and do it at scale and systematically, right? And so that's what I did. I've worked with him. It took me about a year and a half to really get it down. But that's what we're doing now. So we are actually leveraging these wholesale skip tracing tactics to direct outreach to asset owners, commercial asset owners. And we're, that's anything from, and as easy as it sounds, it might be one of them deals that's like, oh man, it sounds too simple to work, but in reality it works. I mean, we will run a list or whatever, whatever our demographic we're looking for, demographic, geography, like territorial wise, what we're looking for. We try to be as specific as possible on that, because it does help. And then from there, we'll take it. We'll skip trace those utilizing skip trace services. There's 3 or 4 of them out there that do good, and we will basically run those skip tracing services, and then we go to bat. We've got platforms where we make cold calls. We do texting, which texting is phenomenal. Believe it or not, you can get direct access um, to owners over text. I mean, we've got a deal that, we just to be honest with you, I kind of farted around and may have lost that deal just because I took too long to make a decision on it, and that's looking back, that's hindsight, I guess. But it was an 85 unit off market, direct to owner, independent owner, just exactly what we're looking for, and got him through text. Skip tracing, texting. The deal's still on the table, but somebody stepped in and put it under contract before I did. But anyway, I don't think they're going to perform, and I'll be right there to scoop that one up because it was an amazing deal. Off-market deal, about $60K a door. Similar deal to that one, should be around $89 a door. So phenomenal off-market deal that don't have the competition and the broker pro forma pricing, I guess. But yeah, and of course, email. We'll do that. Something else we're doing. I don't know if anybody else is doing this, but you can actually take those emails, and everybody says email's dead. Well, there's other things you can do with email. I mean, we're actually taking the emails, and we will upload those into Facebook and run campaigns as our. Yes, we're not directly reaching out to them, but we're showing our ad to them, and it's all about touch points, right? So, that's something that we're doing to generate leads as well. Sort of repurposing that data instead of it just throwing it away. We're repurposing that data, and we're also doing that with investors as well. Not the Facebook thing, but we're reaching out to investors and trying to get those to come in. We're constantly looking for more equity. We have such good deals so many good deals that we need more equity. And so anyway, that's kind of the three ways that we're sourcing deals right now in a seller's market. That's kind of some tactics, I guess. And if you're interested in learning more, I'm happy to help you. If you got some money sitting around in the bank, if you don't have the time, the knowledge, or the want to do the tactics that we're doing, the strategies, the strategies that are required right now in order to still get good deals in a property market, reach out to me. Let me know if you got at least $100,000 sitting around in the bank or whatever. It's dying. I hate to tell you that, but it's dying. Make me your partner. I'll put it in the deal. Put it in cash flow and assets that appreciate and depreciate. So, if you want to learn to do what I'm doing, I'm happy to help you. I'm always here to support the upcomers. I was there too, and if you got a deal, if you got some capital, if somebody's got some capital, or somebody's got a deal, bring it to me. If you want to, I'm happy to pay on those, or I'll put you in the deal. If you want to start, one of the best ways to start on portfolio is to partner up, JV or whatever with somebody that's performing at a higher level. Get you a little piece of it. It builds your portfolio. It builds your credibility. There's things out there that not a lot of people are talking about, such as sourcing debt. Debt looks at experience. They look at your experience. There's just other things out there that not a lot of people. It's not the sexy stuff about doing these deals that people are talking about. And there's things you need. You need experience. You need it helps to have some sort of portfolio or something to put down on your credentials. And so anyway, again, I hope that helps. Sorry for the shaky video. That's what happens when you're driving. So anyway, thanks again, and try to get some more content here if you like it. Like the post, share it. Go to YouTube, like my channel. Trying to build that up so I can keep giving out daily content. If there's anything you'd like to know, comment below. Give me some ideas of things that you're thinking. I'd be happy to put those out there as well and try to make some content that's valuable for you. And try to help you grow as I grow. So take care, and we'll talk soon. See ya.